Ma'am, we can begin with the workshop. We have the speakers with us.
Let's wait for 2-3 minutes more so that Ifat ma'am can join. I will call Ifat ma'am and we welcome our speakers for the day. And Honey, you can start with instructions till then and I will inform you once Ifat ma'am will be there.
Should I start, ma'am?
Yes, start with instructions.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon and warm greeting to everyone. It has been quoted that art is the only way to run out without leaving your home. And today, we would like to introduce you to that music. Hello, I'm Hani, a core member of Kala Society of Mata Sundari College. Wholeheartedly welcome you all to the virtual event Moksha 2021 of Kala. We are very pleased to be able to welcome you all and appreciate your Kalakal spirit. Here we are with a set of instructions. Kindly keep your device on mute throughout the session. Kindly turn off your video camera from the moment of joining the meet. Please do not press present button. E-certificate would be awarded only to the participant who fill the attendance come feedback form via link on both the days. Q&A will be conducted at the end of the workshop. Students have any query are requested to drop their query in the chat box. We hope this event will give you a wonderful experience. Now, I would like to call Vrinda to address you further. Over to you, Vrinda.
Brinda, just wait for 2 minutes. Brinda, just wait for 2 minutes. Ifat ma'am is joining in 2 minutes, okay?
All right, ma'am.
I think ma'am will take few more minutes to join. Brinda, I think you can start. Okay? There's some technical issue at her end. Brinda, you can start.
Okay. Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. Hello, everyone. I am Rinda Dan, core member of Team Kala. On this cheerful note, on this beautiful day, I would like to welcome you all to Moksha 2021 Day 2, where we have come together to de-stress and explore our emotions through the medium of art. In today's workshop, we have with us Ms. Siddhi Shah and Ms. Heenal Shah, two of the most brightest and experienced psychologists at Faculty Minds. They'll guide us through various reporting techniques that may help us process our emotions during such tough times where mental health plays a vital role. Kala, the All Art Society of Mata Sundari College for Women, University of Delhi, event after event has been able to set a higher benchmark in just few years of its establishment. Over the year, Team Kala shared several achievements which remind us to not let our inner artist cease, but to continue to bring our dreams and imaginations to life. This session, we did a number of events like Artscape, Moksha, our first workshop in June, another colorful and successful event, Hunar, in November. We also collaborated with the History Society of our college, Dharohar, for a Madhubani painting workshop. Apart from these colorful events, our members got various positions in different competitions in various colleges, making the college and the society proud. Every team is successful and powerful because of its team members. And today, we are here proudly calling ourselves Kala ke Kalakars because of the teamwork and efforts. This year, we have welcomed new faces, and now we are a big, happy family of Kalakars. I would like to take the opportunity to thank our principal ma'am for supporting us and making this event happen. Now, I would like to give charge to Amitoj, the moderator of the session. Over to you, Amitoj.
Thank you, Vrinda. Today we have with us Ms. Siddhi and Ms. Sunil Shah. Ms. Siddhi Shah is a senior psychologist at Faculty Minds. She is a master's graduate from University College London in clinical mental health science. Her experience working both in the UK and in India makes her an expert in understanding cultural diversity. Beyond being a practitioner, she's also a researcher. She's a passionate believer in holistic development. It is an honor to have you here with us, ma'am. Ms. Hinal Shah is the junior psychologist at Faculty Minds. She is a counselor and an art therapist. She has mastered the use of collage making, painting, sketching, writing, and other various techniques in art therapy to assess as well as heal her clients. She is also familiar with graphology. She is a passionate believer in the holistic development and healing of her clients. We are really happy to have you here, ma'am. Thank you for coming. The stage is all yours now.
Before we begin, sorry, Siddhi and Hinal, I would like to call upon our convener of this team, Ma'am Ipat Ma'am. Ipat Ma'am has always been supportive with the team, and she's literally the backbone. I would like to call upon Ma'am to speak for like 2 minutes, and then we can begin with the workshop. All right, Ipat Ma'am, are you here? Okay. Ramit ma'am?
जी बेटा मैं हूँ बोलिए
हेलो
जी
मैम।
जी हेलो बेटा कैसे हो आप?
मैं बढ़िया मैम।
कल का इवेंट बहुत अच्छा था, मैंने शुरू से ज्वाइन किया हुआ था।
थैंक यू मैम। मैम फिर we would love to hear you. Please address the meeting.
बेटा बस आप कंटिन्यू कीजिए, मैं क्या बताऊँ आपको, सबसे सब अच्छा ही तो कर रहे हो आप लोग। रवनीत है, नैना है, आप हो, सब कुछ इतना अच्छे से करते हो। आप कंटिन्यू रखिए अपना काम।
Thank you मैम, it's all because of your blessings.
Thank you so much.
थैंक यू बेटा, थैंक यू। ओके बेटा, ओके, आप करिए, कीजिए अपना कीजिए, मैं आप लोगों के साथ हूँ, आप करिए। ओके ओके।
Thank you ma'am. Okay, well, all right. So Hinal and Siddhi, you can take over the workshop. Thank you so much. Let's begin the workshop. Cool.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone for the warm welcome and the introduction and everything. Thank you so much. So Hinal and I have some activities planned, two to be specific with everyone. I know that the rule says that to keep the camera off, but we will love if everyone interacts with us, at least on the chat box, through yes, through no, through maybe, through I'm okay, anything, any sort of interactions. You can send in emojis, you can send in the reactions, anything, any kind of interaction would be absolutely lovely.
So, hello everyone. How are you guys doing? We would love to hear a little bit on the chat box how you guys are doing. Just fine. Doing good. I'm good. So I can see 3 words. I can sum up how everyone is feeling in 3 words. That is good, great, and fine. All right.
I'm loving this energy. Really, really loving the energy.
Yeah, I told you they are a fun bunch. They are very enthusiastic bunch. So it's great to see you all. It's great to hear that you all are doing great and fine. But you know what? Every time I ask this question to anyone, they tell me these 3 words only. I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. No one says anything else. And none of these words, weirdly are any of the emotion word. So now today, I really want to understand what is good, what is great, what is fine. Like, what do you mean when you say I'm fine? I really want to know what is it. Just hanging?
Just hanging in. Okay.
Very good.
Pretty good. Okay. तो good से हम pretty good पे आ गए. We just leveled up a little bit.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Any other suggestions as to what good might be feeling like?
Everything is going smoothly. Astha.
Okay. Fine would be okay. Okay.
Okay-ish. Happy. All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Some
let
great
me-
responses.
Yeah, some great responses we are having. Okay, let me change the question a little bit so that you have a little more direction. How about you guys tell me what are some of the things that you are doing which is making you feel good, okay, great, fine, or so whatever you have answered, what are some of the things you are doing that is making you feel that way? Some activities or some behaviors. 8 hours of sleep, this workshop. I'm glad to hear that, Sadhgi. I mean, yeah, sleep is very important. Photography. Okay. So let me share a little bit about what makes me feel okay or great. For me, it is mindlessly scrolling through Instagram sometimes and watching reels for hours sometimes. Sometimes it's binge watching on Netflix and sometimes it's listening to music. So I can definitely relate to all of you. Making reels. Oh, I see that a lot of people are relating to reels. Yeah, I know it's the latest trend. Who can say no to reels, right? Once you start watching reels, it's like one after the other. You can't stop. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's start with our first activity to understand a little bit about what is lying beneath this I am okay, or I am fine, or I am good. I want you all to take a piece of paper. I hope you guys have a paper and some art materials, whatever you have, colors or sketch pens or crayons, anything is fine. Take a blank paper. Now I would like you guys to draw a big circle on the page. A simple circle. Once you make the circle, I want you to write above the sentence that you're feeling right now. So I'm feeling okay, great, whatever you might have answered in the start. This is your circle of good, great, fine, okayish, so, smooth, whatever words you have used to describe your current state. Done. So if you guys are done, just give me a thumbs up. So I'll, quickly move on to the next instructions. All right, great. You can also give me thumbs up. I'll see the thumbs up. Okay, great. So I see quite a few have done it. Okay. Now let's uncover what's beneath this okay, great. I want you to divide this circle into small pie chart and then write down things that you just described that you do to make yourself feel okay. So as I mentioned, watching reels or listening to music or attending workshops or sleeping for 8 hours, whatever you do that makes you feel okay, that makes you feel great, make that into a pie chart. This is our pie chart of I'm doing okay or I'm doing great. You can be creative. This is an art workshop. You can color the pie chart. You can make designs in the pie chart. You can use colors to describe. And once you guys are done, I would love to see the beautiful pictures that you have made. If you could, turn on your camera for a few seconds and just show me the picture, I would really love to see what you guys have drawn. Are we done, guys? Okay. Shrishti, Prerna are done. Shrishti, Prerna, would you like to show me the drawings that you've made, if you're comfortable? Okay, that's a lovely drawing. I like the colors, shades, and the patterns you have made. Thank you for sharing, Shrishti. Sakshi, Gautam, would you guys like to share what you have made? Okay, we'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll move on, okay?
Guys, y'all can also write down on the chat box a couple of examples of some things that y'all have included in your pie chart.
Okay. Cat videos. Very relatable. Deep breathing is a very good exercise to do. Starting day with positive affirmations exercise. So we've got quite a healthy bunch of students, don't you think, Siddhi?
Yeah, we put on our charts, we put Netflix and Reels and Instagram.
We put junk food, eating fries at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Playing
with dogs.
Yeah.
Anime. Planning the day
early morning. Oh God.
Not relatable at all.
No.
Okay, great. So I see a lot of people have, written quite inspirational and positive things in their chart. I'm glad to hear that. Now let me ask you a few questions to further understand our pie chart of I'm okay or I'm great. Now I would like to have the answers on the chat box of whichever questions I ask, okay? The first question I would like to ask is, if I take out everything from your pie chart, would you be okay? No.
We're getting hit with a lot of no's.
All right. Okay. What if I take out most of the things from the circle? I'll leave a few things, but I'll take out most, 90% of the things I'll take out. Would you be okay? The answer is still no. Maybe. Okay.
There are some eventually yes and some yeses. But I think majority is a no.
Yeah. Okay. I want you guys to take a hard look at your pie chart and tell me on chat box, are the things that you have written making you feel happy? Are they all coming from within you or from outside, from other people or from other things or from materials? How many of the things that you have written are coming from within you and not from external environment? Okay. So I'm seeing that most of them are saying that very few things are things which are coming from within, but majority of the things are dependent on external factors, other people or other things or other activities, but not from within. Okay. That's nice to hear. So if these things are coming from outside, if most of them are coming from outside, how long do you think this happiness will last? Would it be a more long-lived, stable happiness, or would it be a little temporary sort of happiness? Right. Very good.
Very good.
So there's a lot of uncertainty when the happiness is coming from outside. We don't know how long it will last, if it will ever last, or if it is for, short term, long term.
We have an answer that says eating would last long.
Nice hack they have removed. Okay. So after doing this activity, I would like to some of you to share your experience of this activity. What did you understand, or how did you feel during this activity? Art is a very experiential process. It is going to have to be an interactive session so that we understand how every individual is going through this experience. And I'm sure every single one of you must have had their own personal experience of going through this activity. So I would like some of you to share your experience with me. It was kind of self-introspecting. Okay.
So, Manmeet, you've said it gave an insight of what is important and actually makes us happy. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of insight you got or what kind of things you identified about yourself through this activity? And this question is open to everyone. Someone is saying kind of a reality check. So, can you elaborate for us, please?
If you guys want to unmute yourself for this question, it is fine. We can, talk with unmute also, because I know chatting takes a lot of time to type out the message.
Anyone bold enough, anyone to share what they've identified? Come on.
So I see a lot of responses pouring in on the chat, but they're all very shy to show their faces.
Yeah.
They have such lovely faces. I don't know why they are so shy.
Not just faces, the energy is also so lovely in the beginning
Yeah.
only. I'm sure one person can just unmute and share just what they've understood. You don't even have to share what you've written in your pie chart. Just what you identified. All right, sure.
Right. I think from the factory, I just realized that there are many things which I need to introspect, that, my happiness should not be materialized. It should be more of like something that comes from within. There are a couple of things. My pie chart did not have so many things. It just had like barely 2-3 things. And only one of them was for myself. And that's half of my personality though. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it helps to create a introspection sort of a bubble for yourself. Yeah. Does anyone else wants to go? Please go on, guys. I'll help you unmute yourself if that's a problem. Anyone?
I think Sadhgi wants to go. Would you like to say, Sadhgi?
Adgi, do we have to unmute you? Or you can.
I'm unmuted now, I think.
Yeah, Sadhgi can speak now.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I think this activity made me realize that most of us are dependent on external factors for our happiness, and very little of us could find some internal factors which made us happy. So this is, I think, what I felt.
Are
Very
you
great
bold enough
observation.
to share with us some of the factors that make you happy? We can't hear you.
You're muted.
I think sketching makes me happy sometimes. I like to read a lot. That makes me happy. Spending time with my family, that makes me happy. So these are some things that which I've added in my pie chart which make me happy.
Thank you for sharing,
All right.
Sadhgi.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Come on.
I think Ramit Kaur wanted to say something. Ramit, would you like to share?
Yeah, I'm the faculty. I was just controlling the controls of the meet so that I can unmute and mute the participants.
Okay.
Anyone else? Come on. You're just sharing your insights. Come on. This is only going to work if it's an interaction.
Can I share?
And not on chats only. I see on chats they are very enthusiastic.
Can I share?
Yes, please.
It might be funny, but I realize that eating makes me happy a lot without any external factors.
So what did you understand from this activity? What was your experience going through this activity?
That we start thinking that what actually make us happy.
I think you should have a hard, time thinking and figuring it out.
Yeah, actually.
All right.
I think M. Gautam wants to speak. So you can unmute yourself and take charge.
Hello. Doing this exercise, I realized that there are very few things that I do by myself that actually makes me happy. Most of the things that makes me happy comes from others. Like, I remember that there's a remarkable change in my mood whenever my cousins visited or anything during this lockdown, and how it's been affecting me to not have interaction with peers at all. So most of the things that I wrote are like things like cooking and other things, but when it comes to something that tops my list, it would be socializing.
Thank you for sharing, Gautam. That was a very lovely explanation and understanding that you've gained through the activity, which brings me to the next point, that this activity was actually done to make us realize that how often we project or we, put forth our best self instead of what we truly are feeling or who we truly are. I mean, how many of you would be comfortable, right, including both of us, to share our vulnerabilities or our fears or our real emotions? Isn't exactly this a reason why most of your cameras and I think mics are off? And we had such a difficult time to even share what we've written in our pie charts. It is difficult, and we understand that. It is very difficult. So that's why this activity was just a way to make us understand or realize how often we portray a strong exterior just to protect or hide our vulnerable or our soft side. So, after this activity, I would really urge everyone to think about what really makes you happy and start focusing on things that come from within rather than outside. Because once we start depending on things externally, other people, other things, other activities, which are not really helpful for our growth, our development, once we start depending on these things, even our self esteem, even our happiness, even our thoughts, our actions, everything starts depending on it. And once it starts depending on it, we won't have any guidance over it, or we won't have any regulation over our own emotions or our own happiness or our own self. So it's very necessary to understand what are the things we are dependent on externally and try to face them and overcome them. So now we will be starting with the next activity. I hope this activity did bring some insight. The next activity that we will be doing will help you gain a lot more insight and awareness into your own life. So Siddhi, please take over.
All right. So that was kind of like a trailer, लेकिन picture अभी बाकी है. Which brings me to the next activity. And the name of this activity is called My Life as a Movie. Now, in the chat box, in the reactions, tell me who all love movies, whose best friend is Netflix and Amazon Prime, because I know my best friend is Amazon Prime and Netflix. Me, mine, me, okay, everyone. I think we all have a mutual best friend, it seems. Everyone loving, enjoying, binging TV shows, binging movies, just binge eating, binge watching all night, all day. That's lovely.
A lot of
Anyone
movie
else?
buffs, a lot of movie buffs in the house, Siddhi.
Yeah. All right. So, on that note, then, in today's activity, we are going to be visualizing our own life as a movie now. So, for this activity, I want everyone to close their eyes. Try as much as you can closing your eyes and paying attention to what I'm going to say. It's not easy. I'm going to be asking you to visualize something very basic for the next 5 minutes. So close your eyes, everyone, and take a deep breath in and release. Again, breathe in and release. One last time, breathe in and release. And now, very gently, I want you to visualize your life. See your memories passing by from your childhood. All the laughs and cries that you shared. The childhood adventures you've had. Try to have these memories flash in front of you and allow yourself to smile as you enjoy them. And slowly think about your teenage years, your early teenage years, and all the things you experienced in this time. All the bonds you shared with everyone. These memories are so livid. You can feel them even right now. Try and feel the emotions inside you. The stress that you experienced and how you overcame it. See the ups and the downs of this film. What is happening to the character in this movie? Take a few moments and just watch all these memories flash and leave. And slowly take a deep breath in, release, and open your eyes. Okay. Did we all watch a movie? Yes? No? Awesome. Okay. Now, let's wake up thoda sa because now we need to become directors. हम actors थे, अभी हम director बनने वाले हैं. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Now I want you to take a fresh sheet of paper. Take a brand new sheet of paper, other than the one that you had when Hinal made you draw the circle. We will need both the sides of the sheet of paper. Feeling a little heavy. Yeah, I know. It can be heavy. Okay. It was more like listening to an ASMR. Thank you. I will take that as a compliment. Okay. Does everyone have a fresh sheet of paper, some colored pens, pencils, any sort of colors? Your voice is very calming. Thank you. Okay, so we are all ready. Yes. Can I have some thumbs ups? Can I have some yeses? I want all of us to be on the same page. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to be sharing a small little PPT with you guys. Sorry, just give me a moment. All right. Now, in this movie that you just watched of your life, what was the genre of this movie? Was it a drama? Was it action based? Was it comedy? Was it a thriller, rom-com? I want your responses in the chat box. I want to see how some people are interpreting their life. Drama, okay. Drama, okay. Action, okay.
If you can think of any other genre also, you're free to use
Yeah.
that.
We
These are just
accept
some of the
K-pop
suggestions.
also. Anyone's life is a Disney movie? I can see some people really laughing. Thriller comedy. Okay, that is interesting. I want to know what your life is about now. High school drama. Okay. Action, romance, comedy. I'm getting really mixed responses. Okay, I'm really liking this. All right. So on your piece of paper, I want you to write down this genre that you've told me just right now on the chat box. Write down your genre. All right. Now the next thing, when you watched this movie of your life, and even if you feel like you felt a little blank or you couldn't really visualize the movie, try and bring into awareness the current situation or your current life right now and try and answer these questions in that way. So, what were the most prominent colors that you saw? So, if when you're watching this movie, what were some colors that were very highlighted or very prominent when you were watching this movie? They could also be your favorite colors. You can share them with me on the chat box, but I also want you to write them down on the piece of paper. Red, wow. Warm colors. Black, gray, silver, white, purple, pink. Color of uniform. Dark colors. Black and red, black and blue. I'm getting a very black theme. There was a drama theme, there's a black theme. I hope we're not copying one another's answers, huh? Please. Okay, awesome. Now, again, I want you guys to write down these colors. These colors are very, very important. Write them down specifically on one side of the page because we will be using these colors at the end of the session, at the end of this activity. All right. The next question, it's already right in front of you. What role were you playing in the movie? Were you a main character, supporting character, background character, superhero, villain? You can also make up your own character. Okay, we're all main characters. You can also be a character that someone relates to, like Wake Up Sid. If you feel like you were Siddharth from Wake Up Sid, if you feel like you are like Kalki from Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. Am
Or
I
Geet from
referencing?
Jab We Met. I think the
Yeah,
lot of
Geet from Jab We Met. Are we referencing really old movies?
Yeah, I hope not. It has to be Geet.
Okay. Alia from Dear Zindagi. Okay. Ye Jawani. Geet. Okay. Alia Bhatt from Dear Zindagi. Nice. All right. So write down these characters. You can write down the kind of character you were. If you feel like you relate to a specific character from a TV or a movie that you've seen, you can write down that as well. Twilight. Okay. Shivangi, was yours also the color scheme black, white, and silver? Then that will explain the Twilight. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Blue, black, brown. Okay. All right. So I want you guys to write this down. And now for the main part. Now I'm going to be showing you some words and you have to complete the sentence. Okay. So write down the full sentence on the sheet of paper. And the idea is for you to write down something that is personal to your current life. So I wish I could. So I know we all wish we could be billionaires, but that's not really the vibe that I'm looking for. I want you to write down something that you wish you could do or you could have done, or something you wish you had, but you don't because of certain challenges or certain drawbacks. And really give all of these things a thought. Even if we take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's okay. But I want you to really think about this. Yes, it can be more than one thing. Very good, Ravleen. I wish I could have better interaction with my peers and teachers. Very good. So that's something that we're looking for. You can keep sharing your answers with us in the chat box, but I also want you to write them down. I wish I could be happy and cheerful all the time, have more patience, make people laugh, control my anger. That's a good one. I wish I could have tried more and could have become a better person. Not overthink. That's a good one. All right, we're getting some really good answers. I wish I could have been myself in my teens, not how people wanted me to be. That's very nice. I wish I could be more proud of the things I achieve in life. I wish I could control emotions and not think too much. I wish I understood my parents aren't heroes, they're just like me earlier. Not always be hard on myself, be an extrovert. We're getting some really lovely answers. Thank you so much, everyone. I wish I could go back to cheerful days. I wish I could control my tears. Okay, wow. Lovely. I hope everyone is writing these down on their paper as well. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I wish I was more try and complete the sentence. Please share with us on the chat box, but you can also write it down on the paper. I wish I was more confident, more patient and consistent. Mature, hardworking, giving. Confident. Okay, we're getting a lot of confidence over here. Outspoken. Creative, helping, confident, mature, strong, realistic. Practical, acknowledged, focused, creative, mindful. Okay. All right. Again, please write these down on the paper. If you have more than one answer as well, you can write that down. All right. And the next one, I wish my mother. So something that you wish could be a or could bring about a change in your relationship with your mom. Something about this aspect that sometimes troubles you or bothers you. A bit more understanding, that's nice. Little less critical, more friendly, more understanding, communicated better, that's nice. I wish my mother knows how to scold me. More friendly, not being tense, less short-tempered, good at keeping secrets. Made me eat less aloo parathas. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I wish my father. Oh, there's one more answer. I wish my mother appreciates me, what I do, and support. All right. So the next one is I wish my father. So complete this sentence. Please share on the chat box and write it down on your paper. More open-minded, more understanding, was more close to me. That's nice. Understanding, gave me more freedom. Always there for me. Let me dye my hair. Open-minded. Less pretentious. Talked about his hardships. Let me do my own thing. Make more time. Share how he feels. I wish my father could stay calm. Was confident enough to tell me he loves me and not just show. Support me every time. Open-minded, understanding, stay healthy, and friendly too. Give some freedom and believe me. Quit smoking and take care. Okay, so we're getting pretty similar answers, even in this aspect, and even in the questions before. Less worried about society, strong enough to say no to people who take advantage. Okay. I hope you're writing this down also on the paper because it's important to have everything on that one sheet. All right. And the last one is I feel dash when. So now we want to understand a little bit about what you're going through emotionally. I feel dash when ... So we want to try and understand your emotions. So like I feel hurt when, and then try and explain what happens that makes you feel that hurt or feel that particular emotion. So I feel more happy when I talk with my close one who mean a lot to me. I feel low when I'm not being able to go according to the day I've planned. That's nice. Angry and irritated when I say something in anger. I feel uncertain when I think about my future. That's a good one. I feel hurt when people who are closest to me are unable to understand me. I feel worthless when I am unheard, ignored, or let down. I feel tensed when someone asks me to give a reason for everything. I feel bad when I see other girls enjoying with friends, but I can't enjoy like others. Underconfident when I'm not chosen. Pleased when I utilize something. Vulnerable when I see people suffering. I feel happy when my favorite person is around me. We're still having so many answers coming in. I don't feel like going only to the next part. But it's great. I'm loving everyone's response. Thank you so much. Keep them coming in, even if you have more than one response. I'm not reading them all out. I'm just reading them in my mind, but I'm reading every single one of them.
I think the responses are going to keep coming in, but due to time constraints, we'll have to
All
move.
right. All right. Okay, awesome. So we have some great responses. Again, I hope everyone's written all of them down. And now we have some of the basics that are needed to, by a director. We have some basic idea of, how the movie is going along. Now that we've had the vision of our movie, we know the actors, we know the kind of actors we are. We have a little bit of the idea of the color scheme and some ideas about the characters, so their desires, things that they like, things they don't like. Now we are going to take it one step forward. Now I want you to make a quick 3 to 4 line plot about this movie of your life. So, very briefly, very short storyline. You can type it on the chat box, write it down on that paper. Very briefly, if you had to write down a small plot for everything that you've written and understood about yourself up till now, very briefly. And I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes only because of the time constraints, and we want to move on to the other aspects of this as well. quickly, guys, just a couple of more minutes. For those of you who have completed, if you can type it out for us very briefly.
I would love to know the plot of your movie. How your life, you'd like to describe. What kind of villain has come in, or what tragedies have happened, and what ups and downs you guys have gone through.
Very brief, very, very brief plot. Just talking about how you want to start the movie, where you want to see the character to go. A simple city girl with supportive family and friends works hard to make it big. Everyone will be fine eventually, just need to be patient and welcoming. It's fine not to be okay. Between plants, cats, cozy bed without her members of household. Okay. Guys, we don't need a very long plot, just these that are coming on the chat box. That size is also fine. So I want to move on to the next aspect. Can I get a yes? Even if your plot is just halfway, it's okay. Awesome. All right. Okay, now what I want you to do is turn the page that you have, or basically take a new side, and right at the bottom of the page, I want you to write down what are some of the hurdles or setbacks that this character is facing. Write down maybe like 3-4 hurdles, or maybe some villains are stopping them, what kind of roadblocks they could have. थोड़ा drama तो डालना है ना movie में. And anyway, a lot of us have said that our genre is drama only, so let's put in some mirch masala to it. They can be something as small or as big as possible. Make sure that you write these right at the bottom of the page, because we have something special coming up on this page for you guys. Can some people share their hurdles with us? Some villains? Self-love is a major hurdle. Lovely. Speaking up. Body image issues. That's nice. Thank you for sharing. Overthinking, society. Losing favorite person, ex. Heartbreak, emotionally bruised. Values, लोग क्या कहेंगे? My childhood best friend scarred my confidence, people doubting you, fake people. I'm understanding why the genre was drama. All right. Broken dreams, patriarchy. When you give so much in friendship and you don't receive it back, no freedom. Very nice. Kids, body shaming, being dependent. Very nice. All right. So I hope you guys are also writing this down on the paper. That are showing some really, really lovely answers. I'm very happy. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. Fear of failing. All right. Now, thoda dark ho gaya, but it's okay. These are all real things that we're talking about. And we all love a happy ending. So let's try and give a happy ending to our movie. And we're getting there. So now, right at the top of the page, right at upar mein, I want everyone to write down a nice plot twist. So, what kind of a climax would you want to give this character? Considering all of these things that we've written down about this character, about this movie, the plot, everything, what kind of a turning point do you want to give the character at the end of everything? How would you like to give this character a nice closure? I receive what I want. Okay, maybe you can discuss a little bit more about what exactly you want. That can help the turning point and make things a little bit clearer for the character.
An event which will help the character grow or develop.
Yeah, so you've someone has mentioned overcome the hurdles. So of course that will obviously help. But what exactly do you want the character to look like after he's overcome the hurdles? She accepts the flaws and starts new with a relationship strong with God and her parents, confident, successful, family support when you don't expect it, achieving happiness, help move away even though there are hurdles, independence, self fulfilled, confident, loving herself first. Life, getting supportive people. You are the person that you always want. Very nice. Meets a friend not ready. Give up on the character, supportive, who teaches and inspires. A lot like sunshine and rain forming a rainbow. That's nice. Self satisfied personality. All right, that's nice. Okay, so I hope you guys have all written this down. So I want the page that you have now in front of you to look like this. You have the climax or the turning point at the top and the hurdles right at the bottom. So before we fill the empty space and the empty gap that is between these 2 points, I want you guys to help me understand what have you taken away or what have you identified from this activity before I tell you the actual goal and the actual idea behind it. So, anyone bold enough to unmute and tell me, because I know everyone will dhad dhad put it on the chat box, but I actually want to hear your voices. Anyone, come on. Okay, we have Kritika.
I think we have Krititva Sharma, I think, and if I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah.
She raised her hand.
I think you
Hi.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that your decisions in life can sometimes make the biggest changes. Like आप accept नहीं कर पा रहे होते हो, and that's why you are having dual thoughts कि आप वो decision लो या ना लो. आप और आपका एक decision ही कई बार आपकी सारी problems को खत्म करके आपको जो acceptance आपको अपनी life में चाहिए होती है कि okay, this is happening, ये गलत है या फिर ये सही है या फिर जो भी हो रहा है तो आपको वो एक्सेप्ट कर लेना चाहिए एंड यू हैव टू मेक अ डिसीजन. आप बार बार उससे भाग नहीं सकते. यू कैन नॉट जस्ट शट इट डाउन. उसको उस डोर को अगर आप बंद कर दोगे तो वो ऐसा नहीं है कि कभी भी वो खुलेगा नहीं. जैसे कि एक आई हर्ड अ सेइंग कि अगर आप बार बार कभी भी अपने सॉरोस को बोल दोगे कि नहीं आज मैं घर पे नहीं हूँ तो वो कभी भी ऐसा नहीं है कि वो नहीं आएंगे. कभी ना कभी आपको डोर ओपन करके बोलना पड़ेगा, फेस करना पड़ेगा. तो यू हैव टू फेस इट एंड मेक अ डिसीजन.
All right, very lovely. Thank you so much, Kritika. Thank you. That was a really lovely response. I think someone called Ishita also raised her hand, but then the hand went away. Ishita, would you like to share something with us? Ishita Mishra. Ishita, would you like to share?
If not Ishita, does anyone else wants to go? It's completely all right, guys. Just raise your hand, I'll unmute you.
You just have to share your perspective with me. Come on. You
Ishita
guys
is not
so
able to
honest.
unmute.
Okay,
He's
I'll
saying in
unmute
chat
you.
box.
I'll unmute you. Ishita, I've unmuted you. You can speak now.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I just figured out many things like from this activity itself that there are indeed many hardships, like there are ups and downs, and it's quite hard to deal with it when like things are falling apart and we don't know how it's all. Like there are people who are there to support you and then they say it's gonna be okay, you have to deal with it. Like this time would simply pass away and like you would overcome everything, and there would be a time when you would see and everything would be in the place where it should be. The thing that actually makes me feel like okay, maybe it's not the time. I am trying hard to overcome every hardship, and maybe there would be a time that I would indeed achieve it. Like then that climax, that movie would be, that main protagonist would actually indeed succeed the things that she's trying hard to do. That's what I feel.
Very nice. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for sharing your point of view and sharing what you've understood. I hope everyone else who's really quiet, you guys are so at it on the chat box. लेकिन unmute करने पे थोड़ा सब shy हो जाता है. Anyone else bold enough to share? One last person, and then we'll move on to the final aspect of the activity. Lavanya, great, Lavanya, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, I just realized looking at all the responses how different yet similar we are. I mean, all of us have our own insecurities and we all feel down. But I think we just need to take it one step at a time and not be so hard on ourselves. And one day we'll overcome all of our difficulties and we'll be the heroes of our own story. Yeah, that's all. That's nice. Thank you so much for pointing that out, that's also something that even Hinal and I saw that, even though there are very similar responses and the similar sort of things that all of y'all are experiencing, it's not just you. It's the idea is that everyone is in this same boat. And a lot of times we feel like we are the only ones who are experiencing that. But when in actuality, there are a lot of other people as well. All right. So now I will tell you just the idea that we had behind this activity, and then we're going to help you fill the gap on that page. So the purpose of this activity essentially was that we were trying to help all of you understand sometimes how we look at ourselves in our own life and the kind of perception that we have of ourselves, and how those perceptions of ourselves, sometimes we end up creating hurdles and obstacles for our own self, or how we view other people or other aspects or external aspects as obstacles. And to understand basically how we are looking at our own life in totality. So in this way, we were trying to uncover and help ourselves unravel what exactly is it that we want at the end of everything, and what exactly is actually stopping us from achieving that, and what exactly is our final outcome. That was essentially the crux of everything that we wanted to help all of you understand. And when we know our goals, or when we know what we want, a lot of times our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, they all align themselves. And then they all work together to help us achieve what we want. Now, in the beginning of the session, I told you that, picture abhi baki hai. I don't know if anyone has watched Om Shanti Om, but there's another quote that comes to my mind. It's if Hinal, I don't know if I'll be saying this right, but अगर हमें कुछ भी चाहिए, जितनी
कायनात, हाँ.
I'm not good at this quote. I will Google it later and I will put it on the chat. But basically, it was trying to say that whatever you want, the entire पूरी कायनात तुम्हें ये देने के लिए something.
अगर किसी चीज को शिद्दत से
Yes,
मांगो तो पूरी
yes.
कायनात
Oh, very good.
आ जाती है. Very good. So we have all
Very
the
good.
movie buffs
You
in
guys,
the...
you guys have helped me out. I was really struggling over there. But exactly. So the idea is that when we want something, we are trying to manifest it. So our actions and our thoughts and our feelings will help us align that, will get in sync with that, and will help us try and achieve that. So even if we feel lost, at least we have a faint idea or a faint direction as to where we want to go. Even if we take wrong turns, it's okay. Even if we enter a one way once in a while or a no entry once in a while, it's okay, because at least we have some sort of direction. So these goals will help us stay motivated, and it will also help us manifest these wishes of ours. And now we are going to end this entire thing with one final activity, which Hinal is going to help us through.
So now that we have very rightly understood our higher purpose or goal in life and discovered some of the hurdles that we have, let's work on overcoming these hurdles to achieve our goals or higher purpose in life. I think a lot of you mentioned today, right, that overcoming our hurdles will help us develop ourselves. So today, let's work on it. I would request everyone to draw a ladder with 5 steps on it in middle of the page, between the hurdles that you have written and between the goals or the turning point that you have written in your life. A ladder with 5 steps on it.
You can also have the colors, if you remember. Oh, Hinal, sorry, Kritika wants you to repeat the instructions.
So now we are going to draw a ladder between the hurdles that we have written and the higher purpose or the turning point of the hero of our life. We're going to make a ladder and we're going to try to bridge the gap between our hurdles and our turning point or climax of our movie. So it just has to be a ladder with 5 steps on it. Just a simple ladder and 5 steps on it. And I would also request you to, think back of the colors that you guys had written in the start, the prominent colors of your movie. I had seen a lot of blacks, a lot of blues, a lot of grays. So all the black, blue, gray, pastel colors, I remember someone saying. So all the colors, bring out the colors that you feel are the most prominent in your life. And the boxes in the middle of the ladder, I would like you to fill the colors that you have written. Now, the idea is to understand a little bit more about the colors, about why we have chosen the color that we have chosen to represent our entire movie. Why are these colors again and again popping up? We'll try to figure out, try to ask yourself that what does this color stand for me? What does it mean for me? Every color is saying something about your life. So while you're filling out every single box in the ladder with the color that you have written down, think about, why have I chosen this color? What does it mean for me? What does it represent to me? What memories or flashbacks or what emotions are triggered when I see this particular color? Be very mindful while you are coloring. For example, many times, if it was my movie and I was coloring black in it, I would really think about black as a form of feeling heaviness in my life, or guilt or regret in my life. Black is a very heavy color and a very dark color. It might be something like I'm losing hope in life, or I'm feeling demotivated in life. It might stand that for me. Every person has their own interpretation of the colors. Try to figure out what is your interpretation of that color. What does that color mean to you? Is the blue color for calmness or for storm? I understand, Shivani. It is very difficult to think about the steps which will help us reach our goal. But I do hope that you think about it and try to sit with yourself and figure it out. It will definitely help you move on in life and achieve your own potential in life. And now, let's write down the steps that we are going to take today, the steps or the things we are going to change today to achieve our turning point or our climax in life. What are some of the aspects of your personality or life that you would like to work upon? What are some of the skills you would like to develop? Or what are some of your challenges? How can you overcome them? What are the concrete steps? What are every single in the ladder? What are the steps you're going to take to reach at the top? Because every problem has a solution. What is the solution to your hurdles? What are some of the things you can do or improve? Either start or stop doing some of the behaviors. This is how we are going to bridge the gap between our hurdles and our higher purpose. Okay, I'll repeat once more. The steps of the ladder. Let's put into words the concrete steps that we are going to take in our life to achieve the climax in our life or to achieve the turning point in our life. What are some of the things we are going to work upon? Are we going to work upon being more assertive or developing our communication skills? Are we going to work upon being a little more empathetic or expressive? What are some of the things we are going to, are we going to be a little more trusting towards people? Be a little less suspicious? Be a little more open? Be a little more vulnerable in our relationships? What are some of the things we are going to do today which will help us achieve our goal in life? I think someone raised their hand. Would someone like to share something at this point? I hope every one of you gained some perspective on where to start today, because that is what we are trying to do with this activity. We are trying to even help you decide or take steps today. Dr. Daljit Kaur. Yes, please.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So you both are doing really a great job, Hinal and Siddhi. This is mind-boggling. Quite thoughtful. Quite thoughtful. It's a nice workshop going on. I just want to make it more interactive because as they are doing it. I just thought of why not to share my feelings with you. So you both are doing great.
Thank you so much.
Taran, I hope I'm...
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that's why I just thought of in between, coming in between you and the students. And we are also enjoying, right?
We're glad to hear that, ma'am.
I just wanted to share. I want to be an explorer, to spread the positivity and colors, all with the pastel colors, the mauves, the pinks, and the colors of butterflies. So this is my, I think hurdle only is I want to spread the positivity, to take all the negativity from all, especially in this pandemic. So this is my viewpoint. I just thought of making it more interactive for you. So thanks again, Dota, Siddhi and Hinal.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Thank you. Thank you for unmuting me. Amitoj, I think Amitoj is doing.
Mama, I guess Taran did.
Taran is doing. Okay, but I'm enjoying.
Thank you, ma'am.
Totally. And the very, very important thing I just got to know from this is all these girls are loads and loads of and lots of ideas in them. Quite impressive. मैं यहाँ बैठ के ही देख रही हूँ सबको कि क्या क्या कर रहे हैं. Though I'm not writing, but yeah, they are in my CPU at present. Okay, stay blessed. I'm here enjoying with you. Very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So would anyone would like to share some of the things that they are going to change or start or stop doing today to work towards their turning point?
Be a little less rigid with my opinions. Yes.
That's a great start, Taran. I'm glad you have that awareness.
I'm sure you would know, Hinal.
Okay, anyone else who would like to share? Go with the flow and not think too much. Okay.
Anyone want to unmute themselves and share with us?
You can raise your hand if you want to unmute, and I think Taran or Amitoj can unmute you if you're having difficulty unmuting yourself.
Guys, please let me know. You can either raise your hand or you can drop a message in the chat box. I'll unmute you immediately.
We want to keep hearing for you guys. The pace has become thoda less now. Come on.
I think they're still processing it. They're letting it sink in. Felt addictive to the session. We're glad you enjoyed the session, Ravleen.
Thank you so much, Ravleen.
Be strong enough to change the things not good for you. That's a great first step, Kritika. Try to make your goals or try to make the things you're writing in the ladder a little more concrete and specific. More concrete steps. Are you going to start working out today? Are you going to stop talking to people who you feel uncomfortable with or who don't, always seem to respect your opinion? What are some of the very concrete steps you're going to take today? Try to be more specific. That's a great first step, Bhumika, to start loving yourself more. I will not let my feelings overpower me. No more delaying of work. Okay? Stop overthinking. Have faith, be grateful. Very good. Learn new things, be more of myself, not what people want me to be. Start taking initiative of things. Will try to stop being in touch with the negative people around me. That's great, Amitoj. I think you all have written such wonderful responses to stay calm, not to get hyper, and to start expressing my thoughts freely. That's great. So I wish all the best to every one of you who is trying to, take these very difficult but necessary steps in life to reach their goal or their turning point in life. Now, to just end this activity with one last quote, if I may. Let's try to keep ourselves more positive and motivated. Let's try to think of a quote or a few words or a phrase that you think will keep you going on the dark days or on the days when you don't feel like getting out of your bed and doing the things that you wanted to. A phrase which, you can come back to when you feel demotivated or dejected in life. And let's make that quote the title of our movie so that we constantly stay motivated to keep achieving our goals. Now, I understand that not everyone might have this phrase or quote, so let's discover it today. Let's try to find out. It could be some words, it could be a phrase, it could be a sentence, anything that you would like to tell yourself on the days when you don't feel like going on.
It could also be a line from your favorite song. If there's a particularly favorite line that you have that's very motivating for you, or from a movie.
Yeah. Don't stop until you are proud. I am worthy. I love that, Amin. I am worthy. रुक जाना नहीं तू कहीं हार के. That's a great dialogue. So now, since the time constraints are a little, we are about to finish the session. I would really appreciate if you guys, after the session, try to make this quote or this phrase into a poster and stick it somewhere in your house or somewhere you can every day see, so that you can always remember and remind yourself to be motivated. I know right now we don't have the kind of time to make a poster, but you already have all the art supplies out. So after the session, maybe if you have the time and would like to, you can make a poster out of this quote and stick it somewhere where you will always see it. You are the best the way you are. तुझमें ना कमी कोई, बस तेरा ये दिन बड़ा. Oh, I love that song, Nikki. वक्त की बातें. It's a beautiful song. That's what makes you beautiful. चल नहीं शुरुआत कर भूल के जो हो, गया हाथ पे यूं हाथ क्या रखना. From तेरी खुशबू song. Very beautiful. मंजिल. You will come back when it's over. No need to say goodbye. It is, Nikki. Okay. So I think this is it from our side. Siddhi, would you like to say something?
Yes. First of all, we are such movie buffs over here. So many songs, so many quotes. लेकिन वो पाई चार्ट में जब हम डाल रहे थे तभी हम बहुत फिटनेस एंड मेडिटेशन एंड डाइटिंग एंड वो सब चीजें डाल रहे थे. अर्ली मॉर्निंग वो सब चीजें हम डाल रहे थे. वैसे मूवी के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं डाल रहे थे. But I'm so glad to see all of your energy today. It's been absolutely refreshing on a Sunday, and it's just beautiful, the responses everyone gave, the participation you all gave on the chat box. It was absolutely lovely. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that the movie, we are so glad that the movie theme really worked for you guys. I think you all really enjoyed being directors of your own film. But anyway, that brings us towards the end of our session. We really hope you enjoyed it. We hope you understood or picked up a little bit about yourself or learned something, or if you knew it already, then maybe accepted something about yourself. So thank you so much for all the kind words. And if you have any questions, then I think we are opening the floor to questions now, right? At the end.
Yes, please. If anyone has any question to ask from Siddhi and Hill, you can put it in the chat box, or you guys can raise your hand. We'll unmute you.
I see a lot of people are, asking for the next session. All of you guys can follow us on Instagram or on any social media pages. And we keep on doing a lot of, free workshops, or we do a lot of other social media projects. So you can follow us and stay in touch with us.
Yes. Please follow us at faculty.minds. We are always coming up with new and exciting things to interact with all of y'all. So please drop your Insta, at faculty.minds. Please remove your phones right now. Please do share, do follow us, because all of the interactions that we had today, you will be able to keep up with what we are doing. Any questions from anyone?
They are just a lot praising you guys in the chat box. I don't think they want to ask any question. If anyone has any questions.
I think it was a little heavy session, so it's okay. I think they need some time to just let it sink in and let it, understand completely what they've discovered today.
Let me
Ishita,
just see.
did you have a question? I think she turned on her camera.
Okay, there's one question. Why did you become a psychologist?
Siddhi, would you like to take it?
I'm thinking of how to answer it shortly. I think the short answer would be that I guess I just, wanted to help people. And I was told also earlier that I'm a good listener um, and by a lot of people from you also in the beginning that I have a very calming voice. So I think those were one of the few motivators. And I think I was always interested in understanding people and understanding people's behaviors and actions. So I think these are some of the basic motivators.
For me, it was, I was just curious about human mind and behavior, and I just happened to come across psychology in my junior year. And since then, I fell in love with the subject, and I decided I want to be a psychologist one day. And I want to help people understand themselves and guide them. And in the process, even discover myself and develop myself.
Okay, there's one more question. How do you calm yourself after knowing that these things are just to make oneself calm and may not work probably?
I think I didn't understand the question properly. Shivani, could you?
Shivani, can you unmute yourself? Or Taran, can you unmute her? And she can ask herself. Shivani, you're not audible to us. No, you're not audible properly. Till the time, let's take the next question. What keeps you sane when you are having a mental breakdown?
Coloring, mandalas. Yeah.
I love
and
those.
that's the answer to the next question also. What keeps you calm and positive? Mandala coloring. It keeps me it also reduces my anxiety if I'm feeling overly anxious.
For me, it is usually deep breathing and yoga and meditation. Sometimes journaling really helps get perspective upon things and bring myself back to the moment, ground myself.
Okay, there's Nitya asking, how can we control our tears?
We don't have to. Why should we?
Yeah. I think today only we discussed that we try to show a strong exterior, but underneath, it's important that we discover what we are truly feeling.
Yeah, it's very normal. It's a normal human emotion, and you should feel comfortable enough to show it. So don't control it.
Okay, there's one last question now. How we reduce overthinking?
If only we had such a small answer to it.
Yeah. But all of these questions are so great, why don't you get in touch with us? Get on call with us. Not call, but you can get in touch with us. Have a look at our website, have a look at our Instagram. Try and see the kind of work that we do. All of the things that everyone mentioned. It was so lovely and refreshing to see you guys, say these sort of things and accept and admit that you're experiencing all of these things, and everything also has a way of working itself out, and getting awareness is usually the first step towards the change that you can bring. So if there's something also that you're really feeling like you actually need help in or something, you can always get in touch with us.
And don't worry, therapy is as fun as this session. It's never boring.
Yeah.
We do use memes and art and movies in therapy.
But I think the time is up. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for the feedback and the interaction and the participation. Please do keep in touch with us. Please do follow us on Instagram, because we are always coming out with new ways in which we can help people uncover certain things about themselves in a fun and light, not very heavy, but also a little heavy kind of manner. But so please do keep in touch with us, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. We really enjoyed interacting with all of you.
We too really enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for such a nice and soothing session. Now I'd like to call Taran, President of the Society, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, amigos. So now, as you've come to the end of this lively gathering, a few words of warmth and appreciation I think I must do. So on behalf of Team Kala, I express heartfelt thanks to the speakers, Siddhi Shah and Heenal Shah, for sparing time for us from the busy schedule, especially on a Sunday, and teaching us how to pave the way to our emotions through art. It was truly a privilege to have you with us, and thank you so much. And I also feel gratified to deliver this vote of thanks to such an enthusiastic audience. We hope you enjoyed the workshop throughout. I would like to express our gratitude to Principal Ma'am, Convener and Co-Convener Ma'am, but especially Team Kala for making this event a great success. And also, I would like to remind you all to kindly fill our feedback form using the link shared on the chat box as well as on the group. The certificates will be issued within 15 days of the workshop. But lastly, as a third year student and the president of the society, Moksha 21 was extremely dear to me, considering this was my last event with the society. So for one last time, I, Taran Kaur president of Team Kala, announces Moksha 21 closed. Thank you everyone for joining us. Now to capture this lovely moment, I would request the social media team to please I would ask everyone to quickly turn on the cameras. So you can take a screenshot. Whoever is comfortable, guys, let's quickly turn on the cameras. We'll take a quick picture with everyone. And yeah. Yes. Okay. I think, Tanvi, we're good to go. Let's take a screenshot. All right. Thank you, everyone. It's done. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope to see you again. Again, thank you, Heenal. Thank you, Siddhi, for joining us. Thank you so much. Guys, please fill the feedback form again. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you again, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great time.
Bye, guys.